Okay, where we stopped is we stopped M when she's expressing her thoughts. M, it's your time. Let's go.
I honestly forgot what I was talking
What
about.
the fuck? I'm brain fart.
I know.
Oh, brain fart. Yeah.
Brain fart again.
Yeah,
Oh,
brain
okay.
fart.
No, you were about to say something,
Yeah.
but we got cut off.
Yeah.
What was it? Do
So
you remember?
you're giving us an example of how.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I remember now. So I really believe it just comes down to basically how we perceive ourselves, right? You
Okay.
know, like what you feel about yourself
Mhm.
is going to make you put in the effort because you're going to want to invest in yourself,
Right. It's
right?
it's
Yeah.
like how much do you want the job or the thing, and that ultimately is gonna determine how much you want to put work into it.
Correct. But are you ready to put in that work? Let's say you did not go to college. You have zero motivation, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly you watched a YouTube video, okay?
Okay.
And now you want to become a robotics engineer.
Okay.
Okay. So now you start watching YouTube, watching all kinds of videos and,
Okay.
putting a lot of work into it
Right.
will make you there. Bill Gates became Bill Gates for a reason. Steve Jobs became Steve Jobs for a reason, right? Average person, right, might not compare. I'm not saying you should not dream. You should always dream big.
Right.
But for you to get there, what are you trying to sacrifice in your life? And do you think an average person can do that? What Steve Jobs and Bill Gates did?
Yeah, why not? If they can
Mm.
succeed, why can we succeed? If we put in the work and like I said, like the time,
Mhm.
and like I said, sometimes you got to sacrifice your health, money, like your family. You
Then
got
why
to
is there
sacrifice.
so much unemployment? Why there is so much of unemployment if you think that people can learn from YouTube and get jobs?
because they a lot why there's
Mm.
unemployment, because like people don't want to put in the work, they just want to hand out, and
How do you know that? How do you know that people who are not educated are looking for handouts? Is it what you're saying?
yes,
So is it not because they're having minimum education to ask for no handouts?
I know so many, well, I know like successful.
First of all, why should somebody give you free money?
They shouldn't.
Yeah. So if somebody's not giving you any money, how is someone is gonna be successful?
There's ways to become successful, like
Mm.
you, like the library is free, so you can like get the education from a library,
How many people do you see in this library actually? Like literally like
well, that's on them.
20 people.
Yeah,
right?
okay,
We see 20 people
okay, and then
in front of the books.
yeah, and guess what, those people are getting more educated than the people who are waiting for a handout.
But 20 people is not the country. 20 people is like a drop, not even drop. It's like tiny, teeny drop.
People, they just want to be, I mean,
A
like I said,
country cannot survive
I mean, I know,
by 20
I know
people.
people who came like to go to different countries or come to other countries and become successful, from nothing, like my parents, they come like to this country, and they become successful,
Yeah, doing what? What is their education background?
They don't have education background,
No, zero education.
zero, but they just went, my mom, she went to real estate, school, and then she like literally paid nothing and she became successful, from hard work, but when she came first to America, she worked for $2.
So
You know.
she did work hard. That's a good example right there, right? She did work hard,
Right.
right? So nothing came to her
Right.
plate without working hard.
Right.
Right. So that goes back to my point.
Education is if you get education,
Uh-huh.
right, you're working hard ahead of time,
Right.
right? Sitting in nice AC
Right.
classrooms,
Uh-huh.
and you're doing,
Right.
you-
And people who struggle, who like know the struggle, they want to work so hard to escape the struggle so that when they become successful, they enjoy
so
the success.
what I'm saying is, how many people on earth is going to be like your mom? Your mom is one of those unique people that you
Yeah.
need to be proud of. You need to look up to, right?
Right.
But would you consider her part of that 0.01%?
No, because
no. So she's an
0.
average person.
0.1% is people who are really looked up to. Right?
Okay, yes.
Right.
So Gino's mom, Dave Franco's mom is ideal for her,
Right.
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 not for you and me.
No.
no,
because-
yeah.
Yeah, because she's not in our life.
Right.
Right.
Only Dave Franco knows about his mom
Exactly.
until he told us.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Now we feel like, oh yeah, see, now we know another successful
Right.
person, right?
Right.
So how do you think, like, in every person in America need not necessarily have a mom that Dave Franco has, right? Need not necessarily have like my dad, like how I need not necessarily have like your mom and dad as well, right? So we cannot compare an average person to be having the same impact as
Right.
all of us, right? So
Okay.
now coming back to my question again.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, same thing.
No,
My
state
topic
it.
is the same thing.
Right.
Is college education needed to survive in the world?
And I still stick to my answer. No.
I still stick to my answer. Yes and no.
So give me an example. How, like for example, let's say you decided not to pursue education, right?
Okay.
Even homeschooling,
Uh-huh.
right? So now tell me, what is your path to success to survive in the jungle that we are living in right now?
We'll go to the workforce. There's so many jobs that they don't require you to have a college degree. You can I can literally go work in a store, like a fancy store,
Okay. Let's
and
do that.
and
Let's
make
do that.
and make good money
Yeah. Good money means how much money? Tell me.
to survive.
Let's say $20 per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. $20 per hour multiplied by, let's say you because you work for hourly, I don't think so they'll put you on an 8-hour shift. Right.
Right. But
Right.
but
So
you
let's say you got 8-hour shift,
Right.
for example. Okay. So 20 multiplied by 8, how much? $400.
Mhm.
Is that what it is? $400, right?
What?
So sorry, 20 multiplied by 8. Sorry, $160.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So $160 per day,
Mhm.
right? So calculate it. If you make $160 per day, right, multiplied by 7, multiplied by 4 weeks, right? So because there are 4 weeks, right? Sorry, 4 weeks in a month, right? So that's how much you're making. With that kind of a money, are you able to pay your house rent, right? Buy food, buy your necessities, account for your medicals, right? So, life is always
Right.
not
Simple.
right?
Right.
So afford the car
Yeah.
payments,
Mhm.
afford insurances, afford warranty,
You can if you have a
tight budget.
a family or other significant. You can.
So now you're saying you have to depend on somebody.
Not always.
Okay.
Not always, but
Uh-huh.
if you have somebody else to help you out, that's a plus.
Let's say you need to think for yourself first. Yeah.
Right.
Let's start from there.
Then you get a second job. Then if you can't pay, if you can't pay with the second
You're
job, then
already
you get a third
working
job.
8 hours a day.
Okay.
So now you're saying you want to work another 8 hours?
Why not? I know people who do that.
No, that's fine. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just coming up with
Right.
like your perspective. Right?
One of my friends,
Mhm.
he works like the same job but takes different shifts. So sometimes he works 16 hours. Like
Okay, so let's
Mhm.
let's talk about this. So now you work at some place
Mhm.
for 8 hours, and then now for 8 more hours.
Mhm.
Do you think it's not physically taxing on your body?
it is.
Yeah.
No, it is.
So now let me ask you this question: how long can you do this?
Well, if you need the money, I know people who push, who would like sacrifice
Correct.
their
How much?
body.
How many days? How many months? How many years are you willing to put that abuse to your body?
It just depends on like I know like health comes first, but
Yeah.
some people like need the money to survive.
So how many days?